Good evening everyone, this is Vrushali. In previous session we discussed about software development lifecycle with real life examples and generic process model. I have mentioned complete software engineering subject playlist link in below description box. Now in today's session we will discuss about the next important and first model, that is waterfall model. Let's start the session. In today's session, we will discuss about introduction, then when to use waterfall model, their phases, and advantages and disadvantages of waterfall model. Let's see all these points one by one. Next. Now, the first thing is what exactly waterfall model. See, waterfall model introduced by Winston Royce in 1970. Waterfall model also called as linear sequential development model. In your exam, they will ask either explain waterfall model or explain linear sequential development model. The answer is same. See here, this is the structure of waterfall model. Waterfall model is a first software development lifecycle model which is widely used in different software engineering projects as per the customer requirements. Now, in this waterfall model, there are total 6 phases like requirement analysis and planning, then design, development, testing, deployment, and maintenance. This model is called as waterfall because see here their diagrammatic representation. Every cascading components show the waterfalls. That's why this is called as waterfall model. Now, the main aim of waterfall model is here in this model, every phase is completed before the next phase can begin. Means, first requirement analysis phase. This phase completed, then they send output to the design phase. Now, design phase take a input of this and this phase send output to the development phase. Now development phase completed and send output to the testing phase. Means this waterfall model work only in forward direction, not a backward direction. This is a main concept of waterfall model. Next. Now, when to use waterfall model? As we know, in software engineering, there are lots of and different models. Every model having their own requirements. So waterfall model mainly used in when customer requirement is fixed, not change. Only that way this waterfall model will work. Now waterfall model is not used in complicated and big project. It is used in short project and simple project. In waterfall model, all the tools and technology used in consistent means that is predefined. You can't change these tools and technology in ongoing performance of waterfall model. Now waterfall model also having all the resources are well prepared and easily available. So only that way mainly requirements are fixed and used for short and simple project. Clear? Next. Now these are the some phases of waterfall model. The first phase is requirement analysis. Every software project always start with the communication. The communication between the customer and development team or communication between customers and stakeholders. Stakeholder means each and every person involved in particular software project, whether it is customer, clients, tester, project manager, then developer. So each and every person involved in software project which is called as stakeholders. So in requirement analysis, there is a communication between them. So they discuss what exactly customer want and what is the need of the customer. Means they gather all the requirements from the customer, which includes functional requirements. Means suppose there is a online shopping application. So functional requirements means what is the modules will be included in particular software, what will be the features and specification about software. Then performance means accuracy and portability about software, and interfacing means their graphical user front end interface. So these all requirements have collected in this particular phase. After collecting requirements, these requirements maintained in particular document. This document are called as SRS, that is software requirement specification. This document having detailed description of what exactly customer want and requirements of the customer. Basically, this SRS document is a contract between development team and the customer. Now next. So after requirement analysis, there is a design phase. This SRS document sent forward to the design phase. Design phase handled by the UI UX designer team. So all the gathered requirements are converted into the suitable design. So this design are divided into the two parts like high level design and low level design. So high level design include complete software architecture, means how your project or how your products looks like in future. So which includes algorithm like stepwise solution. For example, there is a sign up and login page. So when you click on login, which page will be open? So this all design can be drawn in this design phase. So which includes algorithm, flowcharts, then decision tree, database design, which kind of database tables have included. Then low level design includes user interface components, where is a text box, checkbox have present, then rough paper design. So all these things have design in this design phase and documented into the software design document, that is SDD. Now this previous phase SRS and SDD send forward to the next phase. In this phase also they discuss and finalize which programming languages have used in this particular software project, which database and other hardware and software requirements have used. These all things have discussed in this particular phase. Let's see here in this diagram. This is a flow chart. Where is the start, where is the end of the project. This is a GUI, where is a button, text box have present, and this is a complete software architecture. In this way, they draw the design by using particular software. Next. Now the next one is a development phase. So after designing, development phase is there. So development phase means your software design is directly converted into the source code or programming languages. So here developer decide the programming languages and database, and they first develop a module wise software. For example, in your project, in your software, there is a login module, sign up module, then a shopping cart module. So they develop a complete project module wise, and after developing they perform the unit testing here. Unit testing means one by one they check the module whether it is properly developed or not. So complete programming part done here. Next. Now next one is the testing phase. So in testing phase, tester perform all the testing activities and check that whether the particular software meet the customer requirements or not. Tester mainly perform integration testing here. They test complete software at the same time, whether it is particularly work or not. If there are any errors, they report those errors and maintain test cases and test reports. Next. Now, the last phase is deployment and maintenance phase. Here, after completing complete software product, this software product is released in market or delivered to the customer. This is called as deployment. And after delivering, if there are any issue have occurred, so this thing is called as maintenance. So there are some support managers who fix those issues and enhance the product version. If customer want any new features, they enhance the customer product. So these all things have included in maintenance phase. Now what was the advantages of waterfall model? See, we already discussed all these phases in detail previously and in this session. So what exactly advantages of waterfall model? First, it is very simple and easy to understand. The next thing is each phase must be completed. See, waterfall model going to only forward direction, not a backward direction. First, you need to perform requirement analysis, then design, then implementation in this way. They can't go backward and again change the requirement. Here, requirements are fixed. So it works very well in small project and requirements are fixed and understood, right? So here all the process and results, all the things are documented properly. Clear? Next. Now main thing is what was the disadvantages of waterfall model. In disadvantages of waterfall model, here requirements are fixed. This is the main disadvantages, because if customer wants some new features, so they can't add those feature in waterfall model. That's why there is a high amount of risk and uncertainty. Next thing is if errors can be occur, suppose in requirement analysis errors can be occur, that will be solved in the particular phase only. You can't go in backward direction. Suppose in coding phase you want to change design, so you can't go backward in design phase, right? So this is the main disadvantages. This is not a flexible model, okay? And also the next thing is it is not a good model for complex and long going project, and client valuable feedback cannot be included here. After completing complete software product, only after that client feedback will be taken. Basically client feedback taken on each and every phase. So this thing is not included in waterfall model. Clear? So by solving all these disadvantages, the next spiral model, iterative models have been there. So we will discuss this model in next sessions. So this is all about waterfall model. Keep learning. Thank you.